Steam. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to discuss about one of Prada's, in my opinion, most beautiful fragrances that smell like ironing steam. The perfume we're going to discuss about is of course Cargo De Nuit, which is named after an obscure song from the 80s like the rest of the Olfactories series, which is very much Prada and very much subversive. Cargo De Nuit is kind of like a tough thing to get acquired with, and I will explain. When I got Cargo De Nuit for the first time, and when I tried Cargo De Nuit for the first time, it was in a sample, and it's a sample I paid for as I was really curious about these series. And Cargo De Nuit was the one that sounded to me like the most intriguing of them all at the beginning, because it was impossible to try these Prada series anywhere, or to find them anywhere except in some very specific department stores, mainly in London or in the States, which not really around often any longer. And so I ordered a sample on eBay in order to try it because it sounded like really up my alley, and at the time I was really interested in Prada fragrances as I loved many from the Infusion line. Because I think that the Prada DNA of soapy and being intimate yet subversive, and also really kind of like having like a twist, a little twist that makes it interesting, and paradoxes within the fragrance itself. And no pun intended to the Paradox perfume, which I don't consider really as a Prada fragrance, but that on another video. But Cargo De Nuit is a really beautiful fragrance, and what it does at the beginning is that it just kind of like completely disappears. And what I mean by that is that when I ordered the sample, basically I sprayed it on my hand and I didn't smell anything except something faint, kind of like almondy, and actually pretty nice, but considering the price point, I thought like it's totally not worth it. And yet it was a really interesting kind of smell for what I smelled for a few moments, and kind of like for the next few weeks I kind of like played and got obsessed by this sample, because sometimes I could smell and sometimes I could not. And what really made me change my mind about this one was that I got tons of compliments every time I used it, whether it was on my wrist or I sprayed it like freely around my neck. People commented, and in fact it's one of my most complimented fragrances that I have. And every time I use it, like people say, oh, it smells so good, it reminds me of something that I cannot really point. It's really good, it's really comforting. And for me, that was like the disappearing act with this fragrance. So it was very tough at the beginning to make a decision if it's good or not, if it's worthwhile or not, and oh boy, it was. Now, this is a beautiful fragrance that uses Iso Super. Iso Super got very famous with the Molecule line, a line that I'm not very enthusiastic about because I find it very one-dimensional and boring in a way. I know like the whole marketing is like, oh, it smells different on any other person, and maybe it does, but kind of like when it got really popular, everybody kind of like smelled the same, of kind of this like iffy, synthetic, like woody kind of thing that doesn't really go anywhere, and it's very muted and very one-dimensional, so I find it boring and actually annoying. But Prada uses Iso Super, and Iso Super is a molecule that kind of like mimics the scent of cedar and woods and creamy woods, you might say, and it depends how you blend it. It can lift up a fragrance and it can make something really beautiful if you harness it in the right kind of like ingredients around it, and it's exactly what's happening here. In Cargo De Nuit, it is a beautiful clean fragrance. It's like a cloud, and that's something that a lot of the Prada fragrances, they really do. It's like a cloud that enveloping you, it disappears for the first 20-30 minutes. If any one of you experience with any kind of like fragrance or perfume that has like Iso Super in it, then you know that it does that kind of trick that like, hello, I'm here, and then I disappear and then I come back. So that's what it does. And there is a high dosage of the Prada Iris, like the Prada DNA of Iris, which is very, very beautiful, with the addition of umbrette seeds. And umbrette seeds are seeds that usually people kind of confuse them with carrot seeds, but it's actually coming from a tree, and they use umbrette seeds in order to mimic the smells of musk or white musk. And it's really, really beautiful, I have to say, and it is part of the Prada DNA, and it just smells clean and very sophisticated, and kind of it lingers on you. So it's not like one of those perfumes that if you come into a room, it's like, poof, I'm here, like the smelly ones of today. But it does fill a room in a very intimate and beautiful way. So if a few people will stand next to you, or one person will stand next to you, you will for surely feel it and feel very warm and very, I don't know how to put it, welcomed to you. And it's a very beautiful fragrance in that sense. And what it reminds me is actually steam of the iron. When you iron your clothes and you have the steam, at least in the past when I was a child, there were not so many fabric softeners in the world, and I think like the smell of laundry has changed tremendously in the past 20-25 years. So laundry smells very different right now. You have a variety of scents to fabric softeners and washing gels for your machine. But the classic smells of what is considered the smell of soap or laundry from back then, that it comes in contact with ironing and the ironing board and the steam of the distilled water that you kind of like fill your iron with, that creates exactly the smell of Cargo De Nuit. It's a smell of ironing steam, and it smells just beautiful. And for me, it's a memory of crawling up into my grandmother's sheets after they were changed when she got it back from the laundromat. There was a laundromat that used to use a very specific kind of like detergent that smelled really like that. And for me, it feels just like a very homey, very warm, and very yet mysterious and comforting experience. So Cargo De Nuit is a really beautiful fragrance that if you want to feel really like jazzed up and sophisticated, but yet clean and mysterious, but not like overpowering in any which way, this is the fragrance for you. It's the epitome of the Prada DNA when it comes to soapy, sophisticated, and clean scents, with a paradoxical twist that it's might be very muted and clean, but yet like with a lot of presence and a lot of like mystery that makes you think and linger to it. And when it comes to mind to something that can smell maybe similar, but not completely, because it used a lot of black pepper in it, if I remember correctly, but also uses like a dose of ambrette. This is Fleur de Peu from Diptyque, which is also a very, very beautiful fragrance that uses ambrette. So they give you this kind of same experience of like second skin and clean skin with some kind of like humming musk and ambrette in it. So if that's what you're looking for this summer or winter or whatever, like it's a really beautiful, beautiful fragrance that will make you hum. That was my review of Cargo De Nuit by Prada. If you enjoyed it, please like this video and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you soon. Bye!